Angelica. Shall we go live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we are. And if I go like this. Hello. How are
Hello,
you?
Steven.
Right. Okay. Now, if you think you've seen this before, you have. This is take 2. This time, we're fingers crossed, everything's going to work swimmingly. And this is welcome to the show. And this is Ask Angelica. Practical German for November, Part 1, Season 5, Episode 19. Angelica, would you like to explain what today's broadcast is about?
Yeah, part 1. For a minute, I thought you said part run. And I thought, no, that's the wrong show. There are several, how do I call them, special days in November in Germany. Some of them are church holidays. Some of them are public holidays. So basically, everybody's got time off. Some of them are just special, even if it doesn't mean they have a day off. And a lot of them are actually sort of serious, reflective, sad days, but not all. So I thought it might be a nice idea just to mention them. So I'm not going into them too much. Although one of them we will mention more in detail today.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 today, and we have 4 in part 2.
Okay. And we're back. It will be in a second. Okay, so there we are.
There you go. Yeah, don't leave me alone here.
No, I'm not. The way this works is if I take that card off and hide it, we're now as we normally are. And there are 8 phrases. I'm going to read them in German. Angelica will correct me, and then together we're actually going to translate into English. So they're all about November. So let's go. Now, I've got to be honest, I don't remember these from last time. So,
despite the fact that we had a go already. That's good.
It's as if I'm reading for the first time.
Good.
Heiligen findet am 1. November statt.
Well, you're ending up making a different mistake to last time. No, that's good. Allerheiligen findet am 1. November statt.
I misremembered. I knew I had to correct myself. Did I not say Esten last time?
I think you said erst. You said stun last time, and but now erster. The word erster also exists, but not in this case. In this case, it's am 1.
Esten. Okay. So, Heiligen. Right, something takes place on the 1st November.
Yep.
And it is Allerheiligen. I don't know what that is.
Aller or all or anything like this has to be all. And
Yeah.
what? And Heiligen? Heilige is saints.
Saints. Right, so the translation is All Saints' Day takes place on November 1st.
Yeah.
Whereas number 2, Allerseelen is am 2. November.
Yeah, that's it. Allerseelen ist am 2. November.
Right that time. That's good. Okay, so all Seelen. Ich weiß nicht Seelen.
Souls.
All Souls.
Yeah.
Is right. So All Souls Day is on the 2nd of November. It's a translation.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Phrase 3. Beide Tage sind katholische Feiertage.
Ja, beide Tage sind katholische Feiertage.
Both days are Catholic holidays. Holiday.
Yeah.
That's something we tend to forget, that holiday is actually holy day.
Yeah. And so those are actually holidays in the areas of Germany which are predominantly Catholic. So you may have states where there aren't holidays, like where I come from, that isn't a holiday.
So states in the north then?
Do you know, my guess is it's probably predominantly in the south, but it really varies from state to state.
Can I rephrase that? States in the north do not celebrate those two holidays.
I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
I think you're right in so far that it does go predominantly towards the south. But I think actually North Rhine-Westphalia, which is only just below from where my mum lives now, I think it is a holiday there.
Right.
So not too sure.
Okay. Well, we can check for next week tomorrow, can't we? Right. Phrase 4, Martin Starkweert, Elfston, I'm trying to say. We're going to get corrected. Elfston, November, gefeiert.
Elfton.
Elfton.
Ja. Martinstag wird am 11. November gefeiert.
Martinstag wird am 11. November gefeiert. Martin's Day will be celebrated on the 11th of November.
Yeah. And again, it is a Saint's Day, so it's in English, it would be St. Martin's Day.
Okay.
It's on the 11th of November. Yeah.
That's what the translation says. Right. Okay, very good. And thank you for watching us live. This is a repeat of a program, but everything's different.
Well, we just hope it actually works, because when we checked it last time, it ended up to be a quarter and no volume either, wasn't it? It's all a bit weird.
It was different. It was one of those. I mean, this is our 5th season. This is episode 19. And next phrase is phrase 5. Viele Kinder gehen mit selbstgebastelten Lanternen von Haus zu Haus.
Almost. Selbstgebastelten.
See, these compound words.
They are good, aren't they?
Selbstgebastelten.
Yeah, they are really good if you know where the break is, but sometimes you look at a word and you're actually not sure which bits have been put together, and then that makes it even more difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, where the breaks are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a word you recognize, you do go with that word, but that's only part. Yeah, it's confusing.
And I have to say, every so often it catches me out as well. I look at a word and I think I'm reading the first bit part right, and I think, what's one of those? And then I realize that I actually put the break in the wrong place, and the word was actually something completely different.
Indeed.
So the reading, so the selbstgebastelten, so the whole sentence is: Viele Kinder gehen mit selbstgebastelten Laternen von Haus zu Haus.
Right. Many children go from house to house with lanterns. Gebastelten lanterns. I have no idea.
Well, selbst is themselves, and basteln is to do crafty stuff.
Right.
Or homemade. Self-made or homemade. Yeah.
Homemade.
I'm actually not too sure whether they still do that or whether this is more traditionally. I bet you can now buy them in any shop. When we used to go out, we had even proper real candles in it. Nowadays, they're using those battery little candles. They look like candles, but they're actually battery operated.
And safer.
Yeah.
Phrase 6, as we go down. Sie singen und bekommen Süßigkeiten.
Ja, sie singen und bekommen Süßigkeiten.
They sing and receive sweets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I always think it's so much nicer than knocking at the door and saying trick or treat. At least they're doing something.
True. I mean, we do have carol singing. So we do have some singers in England, but they only work at Christmas. Or they only knock on doors at Christmas.
Yes, and I remember they once knocked at my door long time ago, and I think they just said, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And I said, "No." I said, "You want to sing? You sing the whole verse." And I'll make them sing the whole words.
Right. They sing and get sweets.
Yeah.
Okay. Phrase 7. Elfton, November. Elf. Or beginnt die Karnevalsaison.
Karnevalssaison. That
Saison.
first S in that word, because you recognize the word carnival and saison, and the S in there just makes it easier to pronounce. So Karnevalssaison. And we have the 11:11. When we write it in German, we write 11:11 or whatever other time there may be, and then we write the word Uhr. But we actually say it by replacing the word the colon with Uhr. So the time is 11:11.
11:11.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. On the 11th of November at 11 minutes past 11, Carnival begins. The carnival season.
Well, the carnival season.
Yeah.
Because the carnival season finishes the week before Lent, when they have all the carnival processions and lots of events and that. But the season actually starts on the 11th of November.
Anyway, I got Elfton right.
Yep, you did.
Okay. The translation is Carnival season begins on November 11th at 11:11. Okay, so basically you have to rework it to get the English version. The date comes at the end. So Carnival season begins on 11th November at 11:11.
You don't have to. We could have said on November the 11th at 11 past 11, the carnival season begins. But we tend to say it more like this, doesn't it? It flows better like this.
It does. It flows better.
Yeah.
Because you're saying what, when. Ja. Phrase 8. Man nennt es auch die 5. Jahreszeit.
Die 5. Man nennt es auch die 5. Jahreszeit. The full stop or the dot after the number makes it easy to write, because whenever you have an ordinal number, you just put the dot there. You don't have to worry about an ST or TH or whatever it may be. But when it comes to reading it, you have to consider which case it is as well.
Mhm.
So you could have 5., 5ten, 5tem, 5ter, all depending on what gender the noun is, and also what, I nearly said season, not season, what case it is.
Right.
So here it is now, man nennt es auch die 5. Jahreszeit.
Okay, I think I need to retake your numbers course. Then perhaps.
Yes, maybe you should. Or just a bit about the ordinal numbers.
Okay, so translation, well, I'll do the translation first. Okay, it's also known as the 5th season. Jahreszeit is a season.
Yes, it is. So Germans are lucky with having 5 seasons. The normal spring, summer, autumn and winter. But those are, of course, the official seasons. So Germany officially has only 4 seasons like every other country. But unofficially, we also have the 5th season, when the carnival season and the whole preparation for the big events really starts. And I'm guessing there may be lots of fundraising events as well, possibly. I don't know.
Right, now is the time. Angelika will read the sentences perfectly as we do a reprise, and I will read the English. Phrase 1.
Allerheiligen findet am 1. November statt.
All Saints' Day takes place on November 1st.
Allerseelen ist am 2. November.
All Souls' Day is on November 2nd.
Beide Tage sind katholische Feiertage.
Both days are Catholic holidays. Verse 4.
Martinstag wird am 11. November gefeiert.
Martin's Day is celebrated on November 11th. Who was Martin?
Or Saint Martin. Saint Martin.
Sorry, who was?
Yeah, he was a saint. He was a Roman soldier who apparently was very helpful. One story is that he saw a beggar in deepest winter who was freezing, and he literally cut his cloak in half and shared it with him. And he's been good to lots of people. And so why the 11th? Why it's the 11th of November, I don't know, but that is his saint's day.
So he was a good Samaritan.
Oh, he was, yeah.
So verse 5. Okay.
Viele Kinder gehen mit selbst gebastelten Laternen von Haus zu Haus.
Your pronunciation there was spot on.
Good. I'm glad.
Many children go from house to house with homemade lanterns.
Sie singen und bekommen Süßigkeiten.
They sing and get sweets. Verse 7.
Am 11. November um 11:11 Uhr beginnt die Karnevalssaison.
That's very French, saison. Is close.
Stolen from the French.
Catholic saison, oui. The carnival season begins on November 11th at 11 minutes past 11. Right. Verse 8.
Man nennt es auch die 5. Jahreszeit.
And the translation of that is it's also known as the 5th season. Right. Now I'm going to switch my camera off. I'm still here and I'm going to bring this on screen right now.
Whee!
And Angelika, would you like to tell us about your beginner's course?
Yes. Well, actually, when you mentioned about the numbers, that would have been a good course to mention. So I think we're leaving that one till next week.
Very good.
When we have the next part of days, which will have numbers in it. But today I want to talk about this one because this is my latest course. And when I started making courses about 10 years ago, I did a beginner's course, and it was just a 30-day challenge. It was for those people who wanted to learn German, but no grammar. Or don't understand grammar, don't want to know. I just want to learn some phrases that I can use. So my original course was 30-day challenge, a task for each day, and virtually no grammar in there, or at least nothing that they needed to learn as such. And then I actually quite liked grammar courses. So then the next lot of courses were all grammar courses. But I've always wondered about doing a follow-up. And I finally did. So this is still a beginner's German, but this is the next 30 days. And it follows the pattern of the first one. So it's another 30 days of tasks. Sometimes they're a little bit longer this time. So you could even spread them out over 2 days rather than just on one day. But again, taking the grammar as read. So I will explain some things, but I'm not going deeply into grammar as such. But I'm hoping that people will be interested in grammar and then have a look at the other courses as well. So this is a follow-up. It's ideal for those people who either have done my original course or have got some basic German. So maybe they've done some evening classes at college once, but then for whatever reason didn't carry on, or they started teaching themselves with a Teach Yourself book and then didn't really carry on. So it does assume you have a little bit of basic German already. And that's brand new.
It is brand new.
Yes.
Yeah, my mic's working. So, from me, in Wiltshire, England, it's bye for now and over to Angelika.
Yeah. So I look forward to November part 2, which will now be in a week's time already. And until then, it's just for me.
Und tschüss von mir.